and welcome to Patti Knits and Spins. I'm Patti, your host. You can find me on Ravelry as Pattisand. I have a group, Patti Knits and Spins podcast, so please come and join me. Today is August 16th, 2014, and this is episode 33, Alaska Facts. On today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you a long list of Alaska facts that I found on Facebook. I have what's on and off the needles, I have stitching, I have purchases, and whatever else crosses my mind. So sit back, relax, grab your beverage of choice. Today, mine is water. And I also have a diet soda too. And you're knitting or whatever crafting you're doing right now, and join me. I'm going to start off with this thing that I found on Facebook. It's been popping up several different times, and I want to kind of comment on a couple of them. Well, I'm going to tell you all of them and then kind of just throw in my 2 cents. It is called The 29 Things You Learn While Living in Alaska. The first one is the true meaning of a starry night. Since we are so sparsely populated, if you can get outside of the city in winter when it's crisp and clear, the stars look fabulous. I used to love living out of town a little ways and just step outside my yard, my front door, and looking up into the sky and seeing the stars. It is gorgeous. Now I live in town with the street lights, and sometimes the street lights aren't on, so you can still get that effect. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Number 2, how to pronounce Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis. Yes, the pretty lights that we get in the winter from the sunbursts. Yes, very pretty. Number 3, you quickly learn how to pick out tourists. Yeah, I think you can find that anywhere. In any state, the locals will know who is a tourist and who is not. Here, the tourists are the ones that are stupid enough to pull over to the side of the road, get out with their cameras, and take pictures of bears down in the gully. When I was a kid, I saw that several times between Fairbanks and Anchorage. Stupid people. I'm sorry. Bears run really fast, and they're not cute and cuddly. They'll eat you. Watch it. Number 4, don't expect a snow day. Very, very true. But now you can expect rain days. Last year, if you remember, last winter, if you remember, I talked about the rain days. Yeah, we get rain days, not snow days. I never got any time off of school, except there was a thing that if it was 55 below or colder, you could keep your child home from school if you wanted to. I think I might have done that once. Maybe twice, but probably not. Snow machines are a perfectly acceptable means of transportation. Very, very true. Snow machines, four-wheelers, dog sleds, airplanes, and I think that might have been all of them. Yeah. Definitely. Okay, number 6. You'll quickly learn you get paid to live here. Yeah, I've talked to you about the PFDs, but you have to live here for 2 years before you get a PFD, and you have to follow all these other restrictions. Yeah, but yeah, you get paid to live here. But then you also get taxed on that money to live here. Yeah. Duct tape is an Alaskan's best friend. Oh yeah. Duct tape, it's the way to go. Mushers and their pups are celebrities. You betcha. They deserve it. Iditarod, Yukon Quest. Look it up. They're long. But yes. You learn the delicious reasons why Alaska is known for their king crab. That is very true. Enough said. That Alaska fishing is the best. They have a picture. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. He is ice fishing. Yes, he's ice fishing. I've done that a couple of times, but I like it in a house with the heat. And you can see them swimming around in the bottom It is awesome. Ice fishing is fun. You'll learn how to be a survivalist really quickly. That didn't work for me, so I don't know if it's just because I'm a girl. Maybe it's because I'm a girl who doesn't like to go outside. I live in Alaska. I don't like the outdoors. What it's like to live side by side with nature. Yeah, I had a very scary thing with this next creature. You'll learn that moose and cars don't go well together. Yeah, moose like to step out in front of you when it's pitch black and you run them over, and you feel really bad because they usually kill the moose and your car is totaled. But my scary thing with wildlife was when my middle child was in kindergarten. I had a lady bringing him home from school for me because her son and my son were in the same class. I walked outside and there was a moose to my left, a moose to my right. So I carefully walked between the moose, and she is driving down my driveway pushing a moose towards me. That's right, I had 3 moose in my yard. They didn't do any damage to me or the child or the car, but it was not fun. It's really scary because you know they can trample you. They're bigger than horses. They're huge. Okay, despite what Disney, It's a Small World, would have you believe, Alaska isn't full of igloos. That's very true. We used to be really snots to those kids in the lower 48, which is what we call the lower United States, lower 48. And there was a couple of kids in my class, pen pals, would tell these kids that, yeah, we have penguins and igloos. Yeah. The Alaska State Fair is a huge deal. To me, it's alright. It's in Palmer. They have a whole bunch of people. It's a 12-day event. There's huge cabbage, you know, that kind of, it's just like a regular fair. I've never been to it, but yeah, the Fairbanks one is big enough for me. Number 16, people here are extremely friendly. That is very true, especially when I was a kid. You could pull over if there was somebody broke down on the side of the road and let them in your car, and you could take them places. Now you really can't do that because we are getting too big and kind of scary. Alaskans learn how to sleep when the sun is out. Yes, we do. And it's bright, so you have dark curtains. You'll learn to love reindeer meat. I've never eaten, well, no, I take that back. I've had reindeer sausage, so I don't even understand why that's even in here. There's a deep abiding passion for all things espresso. I need to kind of look into that one. Yeah, it looks like Anchorage has more espresso stands per capita than anywhere else in America, making it a great place to get your caffeine buzz on. So, all you guys in Seattle, come up here. You might like our coffee. There is no such thing as a quick trip to the store in Alaska, especially at 30 below. That's very true. Yeah. This guy is talking mostly of Anchorage, and Anchorage doesn't get as much snow as Fairbanks, so I don't even understand where he's coming from here. Number 21, there is no such thing as a cheap trip to the store. That's very true too. Except Hawaii can say the same thing. And they're talking mostly of the villages that have to fly their groceries in, because they really get, expensive. You learn why it costs so much to ship things to Alaska. Actually, no. I still have not figured out why it is more expensive to ship things to Alaska. It shouldn't be. A stamp is a stamp, guys. Stamp is a stamp. Alaska makes Seattle look like Scottsdale, Arizona. Don't get that one. Okay. It's saying that Alaska isn't just all about snow. It has a huge area. The weather is diverse depending on where you're at. Some places in Alaska are notorious for rain, like Ketchikan, which averages 150 inches of rainfall per year. We might be really close to that here this year. So, yeah, okay. Precisely why ice road truckers is a thing. Yeah, because sometimes you do have to write on the eyes to get things to ship. So, yeah, okay. You learn to deal with sub-zero temperatures in Alaska like a champ. Bunny boots, down parkas, good cars, warm gloves, warm your car up for 20 minutes before you leave, have it running when it's in the parking lot at the grocery store, come back out, jump in your car and go. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You'll learn what fresh air really smells like. That I do agree. Hawaii is beautiful and smells so good. It smells like flowers and ocean. Alaska, yes, smells so good. I have been to California, LAX. Oh my word, I just about died when I was there. Alaska is a true melting pot. Yeah, we get everybody. So, I mean, that one, everywhere it gets everybody. Everyone here lives a very active lifestyle. Really? Excuse me, I don't. 29. There's no prettier place on earth. Period. Point blank. True. I love Alaska. It is a great place. I'm really glad that I was able to raise my children here. And but now I'm ready to move on. And it will be a while before I move on, if I do. But, so those guys are the 29 things you learn by living in Alaska. Let me know what you think. And if you can think of something else maybe should be added to that list. So, that was my Alaska fun fact. Sorry that was so long, but I wanted to really talk about that. So, shall we talk about what's on my needles? What's on my needles is that sweater. It is, and I don't have the, oh yeah, I do, it's right here, sorry. It is the Deer Isle Pullover by Allison Green. I am knitting these on a size 9. I went ahead and did the body on the 9. And here we go. Hopefully you guys can see, or is it right? Okay, I'm trying to find the stitch pattern. There we go. Size 9. This is Cascade Eco Plus in the color 0515 on a size 9, 5.5 millimeter. I am doing the size 42.5. So hopefully this will fit him. I think it will because it does stretch quite a bit. So I think it's going to be perfect. So far I am on the 3rd repeat of the stitch pattern. So here we go again. That's still living in my knitting's my bag. Sweater bag. Need a drink after that. Okay. And that is the only thing on the needles this week. Yeah, because I finished my socks. Here are my socks by Artistic Yarn by Abby. These are the watermelon socks. Both pair. Nice and stripy. The same. I'm so happy. And if you don't recall, I will tell you, this is my normal sock pattern for myself. It is the 28 Judy Magic cast on to increase to a 68. I go up, do the fish lips, kiss heel from the inside of the ball to keep the striping sequence perfect. And this one, as I said last week, I didn't want to disturb the stitches or the striping sequence, so I did not do my leg as long. So I did a 2x2 rib and a lace bind off. So both of these are done. These are my August striped socks that I put in with the Stockinette Zombie striping knit along. So far, I have kept up. I'm very happy. I got bored of the sweater, so I went ahead and Retro Lemon Studios is having a knit along of her stuffies. So I had Orbit in my pattern, so I decided to knit Orbit. I knit Orbit out of Miss Babs' Yowza What a Skein, and this is Perfectly Reckless and a Babette. A Babette means it cannot be repeatable in the same. You can still get Perfectly Reckless, it's just going to be different. I named this one Pink Orbit, and I think it's so cute. I was able to knit all the pieces in one day, and I stitched and I sewed him up the next day. So here it is. Squish, squish. I did this on a size 5, which is a 3.75. Yeah, size 5, 3.75 millimeter. So that is awesome. And sorry, that is what's off the needles this week. Another drink. Purchases. This, a fellow Fairbanks fiberista told me that there was a gentleman at the farmer's market selling Kiviot. So I went and I grabbed half an ounce of Kiviot. Here we go. To spin up. I think I'm going to put it in the a Rolag with some fun stuff. But this is half an ounce. I paid $9.50 for it. He is the cheapest one I've ever seen with his price for the Kiviot. And oh, let me tell you, there is some, looks like there's some guard hair still in here. I may have to pick through a little bit of the guard hair. And there is some veggie matter in it, but I could just go, ah, it's so soft. It's so wonderful. And yeah, I've never spun Kiviot, so it'll be very interesting. It'll be a very interesting spin. But I'm not going to do this right away. No, I'm going to wait a while before I jump into that. I have not put anything back on the wheel, so that's going to, I prepped out the Malabria Nube, or Noob, or however you say it, the red color. So it's ready, it's sitting next to my wheel. I just haven't had the itch to do it. Okay, stitching. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I found Heaven and Earth Designs. I kind of wish I hadn't, because, yeah, gorgeous patterns. There's this one pattern I wish I had known about. It was spectacular, but it has been discontinued. So anyway, I picked up this pattern from Heaven and Earth Designs. As you see, it is Van Gogh's Starry, Starry Night. And it is broken up into pages. I just kind of, this is just a quarter page, so I'll flash it real quick. So yeah, there's lots of pages. There's 24 pages for this pattern. I have picked up all of the DMC. And last week, I think it was last week or right after I recorded. No, it was Monday. Monday I got this. This week, Monday, is 25 count linen, and that was 36 by 27. So, and I think it's like 3 inches on each side. This is going to be huge. Sorry for the crinkling. I'm not going to be starting that one just yet, because Heaven and Earth Designs also has free charts, so I decided I would try a free chart first to see if I really, really liked it. And yeah, I do. I did have to go to Joann's and buy myself a magnifier. So I'm not going to magnify myself, but I picked up this magnifier. It was half off, so I paid $15 for it. Very nice, and that is a 2.5 times. It is an aught light, so there is a light with it, so that is perfect. So this is my start of the Heaven and Earth design. I'll show you the picture of it. That's all I've gotten done. This is on a 25 count also. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And this pattern is Water Lily Mermaid. And I just thought she was so elegant looking. I don't know why, I love her. And she is going to be, I think it was like 5 by 6. It says here that it's 7 3/8 by 6 5/8. So we'll see. I have kitted it all up and it's ready. So I've been working on that. I've been doing like 1 or 2 squares a day. And actually yesterday I didn't even work on it at all, but that is so much fun. So I'm going to be working on that plus the other two stitching. I thought that the Mysterious Halloween Town was coming out this week. It's not. It's coming out on the 21st. So when it comes out on Thursday, I will do that one, and then of course work back to my Once Upon a Time fables, fairy tales. So that is very, very cool. And thank you for the replies on how to find that fairy tale. I haven't looked it up yet. I will try to look that up in the middle, so I had to stop. But he is back off to work, and we can continue. I want to thank Dawn and James of Knit and Wolf for having a contest that I won the pattern. I picked Susan Claudino's Wild Thing, so I'm just waiting for that to be able to be released. So thank you again, Dawn and James. It was very, very cool. And I won with the mouse I kept. So this is the little mouse, the Susan Claudino mouse, that I won the pattern with. So very, very cool. I think I was going to show another bin, so I'll do that really quickly. And this one's not too different here. This is my stash is mostly fingering weight. I do have some worsted and some DK, but for the most part I like fingering weight. I like to make socks and I like to do shells, so that's what the majority of mine is. So I'll just go ahead and start. This is Yarn Pirate in the Aria colorway. Very pretty. This is Hazel Knits Artisan Sock in a, let's see, Ice Cream Sundae. Very nice. I got that from a friend. I have two skeins of Alaska Nancy, but I don't know where the other one is. But this one is the peachy one. I've showed this one before. I've got, this is Sweet Georgia Tough Love Sock in the Summer Skin. I have Sundara. I have, this is the End of Day. I have two. This is also Sundara, and this is Tulip. Okay, and then I have some Vulmais. This is Weird Different, and I don't know the colorways to these. I'm just going to show you. So I got a grab bag. So these are two I got in one grab bag. And then these two are what I got in another grab bag, and this is We're Different Pures. And then I also, got this one is a twin, and I got this in a D-stash. And I got this one in a D-stash. Very pretty. I also have some Three Irish Girls in the Donegal colorway, and in the salt water taffy. And this, let's see, this is a Dorn sock, and this one is the Westerly Sea sock. I picked this skein up in Hawaii at Hanalei Strings and Thing. And this is Blue Ridge Yarn Kaleidoscope in the Mango Blue colorway. And I've showed you this before because I got this from a friend. And this is the Teresa Rush design. So that is what is in this box. I think that's all I've got for you this week. I'm hoping next week to go over to Creamer's Field to show you the birds. The birds are now coming in to fly south. So it is that time of the year for the Canadian geese, the sandhill cranes, and other different migratory birds to fly in, rest here before they fly south. I wish I was going with them. Okay, but I guess that's all I've got for you this week, so I hope to see you guys next week. And if this is your first time watching thank you for stopping in and watching. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back week after week. Thank you all for subscribing to my YouTube channel, which is Pattisand101. Yeah, so I'm going to leave you with whatever you craft. I hope you craft it to your heart's content. See y'all next week. Bye.